I'll say it starts. A lot of people, first of all, even to start with, are very conscious of how they sound. A lot of people don't feel comfortable listening to themselves, like even recording themselves and listening to their voice. They're all like, "Oh, is that what I sound like?" You know. Some people go, "I'm excited to be here."
Yeah, that's like more
them.
like my
right, but this is
my
me. Oh, okay.
What's good, creatives? I am Nina Shine. Welcome to the Symphony Pod. This is Talk Your Talk, where creatives sit down, say their thoughts, share their truths, and stand on it. Today, we're going to be diving into something interesting, something we do use in reality, but then not necessarily belly, but we really do have centered conversations about it. Today, we're going to be talking about the voice. Yeah, the voice. The voice can be seen as a means of communication and also a way of craft. With me in the studio today is Divine Prince. I forgot your story name. Divine
Prince Abby.
Divine
Yeah,
Prince
compound
Abby. So
Yeah.
good to have
You
you.
can just call me Divine. It's fine.
Divine, yeah. With me in the studio today is Divine. Ta-da! So good to have you.
Thank you, Nina.
I hope making your way here wasn't like really, really hectic.
No, it wasn't. Just the Abuja heat, but it's all good.
Abuja is, but then the studio is like chilled now.
Yes, chill, it's chill.
I mean, I'm not happy to be here.
Yeah, I am. I'm just talking about the weather generally in Abuja.
Actually. I hope it's not affecting your voice anyway.
No, not at all. Nah.
As long as you have like, do you do cold water or hot
Okay,
water?
so there's some. I could maybe give you some tips for your voice. You know, you could. I take bitter cola. That helps during like dry season. when
Bitter
you
cola?
Yeah, bitter cola. You could also drink a lot of water. Hydrating is very important. You could add maybe lemon, ginger. Yeah, warm water preferably. But I know sometimes we just want to take cold water because of the heat.
Actually.
It's okay.
I am. So yeah, at what point in your journey did you realize that your voice could actually serve as a deliberate tool of attraction and attention for the audience?
I think I realized that my voice could be a tool the moment I realized or observed how audiences respond to it, and differently sometimes, depending on how I used it. I can remember very early when I started voiceovers, sometime so I'll say 2013. That's when I went into voiceovers like professionally. All right, but the first time I did a voiceover was 2008.
Oh.
Yes. So sometime in 2013, I was involved in a stage production, and they needed a voice, or they needed someone to play the voice of God, right? And so the audio producer at the time approached me because I was on the team, and then he said that hey, you have a good voice, why don't you voice this? And so what we did was he didn't even use a microphone. He used some kind of recording device, a Zoom recorder. And then we went into a car because, it's very good if you use the car to like drown out noise and all
to
that.
do
So we
noise.
just closed the door, wound up, and then we recorded in the car. And then eventually he played it at a rehearsal where the director was, other actors and everything.
Wow.
And immediately my voice came up. He added some little effects like just to make it sound a bit celestial or heavenly, right? He added like some lightning effects, thunder and all that. And so when the voice came up, like everybody stopped what they were doing and they were just listening.
Oh.
And some people said they had goosebumps and all that. And I was surprised. I was like, wow, so this is what my voice can do. And it just, it was like a wake-up call in a way, right? And I'm like, prior to that time, people had been saying, oh, you have a good voice. Have you considered voiceovers and all that? And I decided to do more research. And that was how I started voiceovers. Eventually, I went into broadcasting, joined a radio station, and I was doing a lot of voiceover work. Like every single day, I'll be given one script or the other. It could be commercials or you're voicing like a promo for a show. And my style will now have to change depending on who's listening.
Oh, I
or
see
the
what you're
time- or
doing.
the type of
No, I hear what you're doing.
oh well, yeah. Okay, so sometimes they'll say, "Oh, we want you to sound upbeat. We want you to sound energetic," and then with that, naturally, your pitch rises if you want to, project your voice more and all that. And then maybe you have a show or an ad that comes up in the night, and then they need you to sound a bit more subtle, calm, and all that. So it just shows. Help me understand my range early. So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfectly.
All
Thank
right.
you. So during your early discovery, did you look out for a mentor?
If I what?
Your early discovery of
Yeah.
your voice. Did you look out for a mentor?
A mentor. All right. So there were lots of people doing voiceovers then, and there were voices that I would gravitate towards because they sounded a bit like mine, and I admired certain people because of how they used the projects they were on. I was learning, and I will not be ashamed to call names. People like Lord Frank, Ahide,
Oh,
locally.
yeah.
Ahide
Ahide Adum.
Ahide
I don't know
Adum,
if
yeah.
that's the
Small
right
world, right?
pronunciation. Yeah,
Yes,
but that.
Ahide Adum.
Yeah.
So those guys were doing a lot of voiceovers, and I naturally gravitated towards, them, getting tips from them, listening to them, and a lot of other voiceovers locally and internationally as well.
Internationally.
Yeah. So, but for me, I would say I'll say I made a lot of mistakes early. It was more like just learning on the job, learning the ropes, and just doing a lot of voiceover work. And I started to discover things on my own as well. And that helped me in my journey.
Well, there are certain individuals here that when things doesn't go well for them, especially the early stage where you're discovering yourself, they like to go into their shell. In the sense, like, say you're giving a voiceover script, yes, and then you just make like a little mistake. Say the pitch goes higher than usual.
Yeah.
They just go inside their shell, like,
Yeah.
and you don't hear from them ever again. They don't even give the scripts out or like, the recording out to somebody to
Yes,
listen to
yes.
criticize, which is like,
Yeah.
they don't.
I'll say it starts, a lot of people, first of all, even to start with, are very conscious of how they sound. A lot of people don't feel comfortable listening to themselves, like even recording themselves and listening to their voice. They're all like, is that what I sound like? A lot of people have that. So first of all is acceptance. You need to accept the way you sound because every voice is unique. Every voice is unique. It's just like fingerprints, right?
Yeah.
Nobody can sound exactly like you. Yeah, there could be some similarities, but you're still different because everything comes into your voice, your experience, your background, who you are, physiology, all that plays a role in how you sound. All right. And so when people don't accept how they sound, even when they try voiceover work early, they tend to have some challenges and then they just withdraw.
Yeah.
Feel very self-conscious. But when they come with the mentality that, hey, I'm learning something new. It's a new skill I'm learning. And it's okay to make mistakes, right? And just when you make mistakes, make sure that you're falling forward, not backward.
Backwards.
Yeah. Because if you fall backward, you just stop and like, what's the point? But when you fall forward, you make progress. You learn something new every day. So that's what matters.
Thank you so much. You guys, this is the sign, okay? If you're in your shell or you've been in your shell for too long, come out.
Come out.
Come out and work. Yeah. So the same sentence can feel very comforting, threatening, and very powerful, depending on the voice you're delivering it with.
That's right. That's
so
right.
In your experience, are audiences responding primarily to the words themselves or the voice that carries them?
Okay. I'll say it's both, right? So the words and also the voice. Now, for voice, I'll also say the delivery as well. So the words, think of it like content, like a drink. The words are the content. The voice is what packages that content, right? That's the delivery tool. So if the words are just hanging on their own, they don't mean as much, except there's something that wraps it up.
Like a structure.
Yes. Like, for instance, now any drink, you could pick any drink. And if it was just in, I don't know, a cup or just on the table, just poured out there. You're not going to drink it. But if it was packaged and put
Branded.
together, carefully curated and everything, that's what the voice does. So it's both, right? The words themselves are just text. The voice is what gives it, personality, what tells the listener how to feel about it. Okay. And so a lot of, this is why a lot of voiceover artists spend a lot of time thinking about the right tone, pacing, energy, because all those elements are very important. All those elements guide the listener's emotional response. Yeah. So it's both of it. The words are important, and also the voice, the delivery as well.
Yeah, I think that's true.
It is
Imagine
true. It's
seeing
true.
a bottle of water with no, label.
I want to drink it. Right?
Yeah. But then if I say a label that I'm very familiar with and I
Yes.
find trustworthy, you wouldn't even need to tell me twice.
That's right.
Now in this
That's
weather
right.
that, water is very necessary. Okay. So the title of this game
Okay.
is called The Interpretation Game.
Interpretation.
Now, see the way you made it like sound final, like interpretation.
Come on.
I said interpretation game, you're like interpretation game.
Yeah, I was trying to
Refine
process.
it. It's okay, no problem. So you're going to deliver some certain words using some certain tones. Is it? Tones? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In different tones,
I
right?
feel like
Using different voiceover styles.
you're, I don't know, like Igberaga. Well,
What's that?
isn't
What's
that
that?
pride in Yoruba?
Hey.
Because you're so like just
I'm humble,
chilled.
though.
No. It's like you're so chilled knowing you're going to whip me in this game.
Okay, so you're feeling very confident about
I'm
your
confident.
chances, right? Okay.
It doesn't
all right.
matter. Voice is
Okay.
voice, and
Bring
I
it
trust
on.
myself.
Bring it on.
So yeah, sincere enthusiasm. Deliver this line. I'm excited to be here.
Sincere
Enthusiasm.
and enthusiastic,
Yes.
right?
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to be here. Well,
Is-
that was sincere and enthusiastic for me personally. I don't know what sincere and enthusiastic is for you. Everybody
do you
has
think?
it's relative, right? Some people go, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, that's like more like
them.
my
right, but this is
my
me. Oh, okay.
So what do you think? Is this a pass? Is this a pass?
That's a pass. The pass. So you have to drink if I pass, right?
No.
but that's how it works.
No. That's not how it works. So calm down. No, it's when you ask me to deliver and I don't deliver or I hesitate to deliver. That's when I see.
Or if you don't deliver the way it should be delivered.
It does no.
Yeah.
It's my voice. Like
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see.
second one. Playfully teasing. Playfully teasing. Okay, like
Okay.
I want to sip my drink.
I'll sip my drink.
Yeah.
Playfully teasing. I want to sip my drink.
Then sip.
No. It just says playfully teasing. It doesn't say I should sip.
No, I mean you said it.
I want to, but doesn't mean I will.
But you said you want to.
I changed my mind.
It's an action.
I changed my mind.
No,
I
you
won't
can't.
sip it.
Why would you? No, it's an action.
Except you're saying that wasn't playfully teasing, and then I'll have to sip it.
But you just said
you
it.
have to
What's
ask.
stopping you from sipping it? Just sip it now.
Okay. Ow. It feels like a slap, like on your jaw. That's sour and bitter.
Then
okay.
you
I
survive.
like it.
You
I like
see,
it. It's
can
okay.
even sip more.
No, thank you.
Sure?
That's all for now. Thanks.
All right. Okay, moving on to the third question. In voice performance,
Yeah.
do you find that your delivery is usually determined by the message you're conveying, or does the vocal delivery sometimes shape how the message is ultimately perceived?
All right. So, so the message basically, like for instance, the script should guide the delivery, should guide the performance of the script, all right? And the delivery itself too, or the voice, also can also shape that, right? It's both ways. Now, if you're given a script and you're supposed to deliver that script, maybe so you're given some words, right, to deliver. Now you could take it in 3 different ways, and they mean different things. Yeah, depending on the audience, depending on who's listening. All right. So it's always about the word intent. What was the intention behind the script or the message, right? And that should guide whoever is voicing the script. Now, if you've been doing voiceovers for a long time, once you see a script, it will tell you a lot. It could tell you, okay, who the target audience should even be. You know, you're able to, okay, is this for children, for instance? Is it for adults? Is it for working mothers? Is it for, all those questions you're asking would guide how you deliver that script. Okay. Now, you could take a line, for instance, let me see. I could say something like, relax, everything will be all right.
Yeah, I'm chilled.
Right. Now that if that was the script, right, the listener would feel a sense of reassurance, right? But if another voice artist or the same one goes, relax, everything will be all right.
I'll panic.
Thank you. So it's about the tone, the delivery, right? So it's not just about the words themselves, right? Even though the words are supposed to evoke some level of reassurance, right? How you deliver the script could make or mar that, all right? So it's very important that whoever is voicing a script or understands the message, understands the intent, understands what it's meant to achieve, the intention. So if it's supposed to sound reassuring, how should I sound reassuring? What tone should I use, right? What pace should I use? All of that would help inform, the listener's response or how the voice of artist should deliver the script.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Relative to range, within the Nigerian voice industry, there often appears to be a preference for familiar, emphasis on space.
Range, right?
Not like space, like safe space sounding voices.
Okay.
So in your view, does this tendency limit experiments with vocal range, or is it simply a reflection of what audience responds to?
Okay. Now, in the Nigerian voiceover industry, it's a bit different from what's happening globally now, right? There was a time, it's slightly changing though, there was a time in the voiceover industry where there was just a type of voice that people were used to. You hear a lot in commercials, like the voice that would, for instance, high energy, buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, I
Date,
recall.
25th of October, 2025. All of that, it's called the announcer type of voiceover.
Announcer type.
Style, right?
Announcer
Announcer.
style.
Yeah, that's like an announcer read. And when you think about it, you think of WWE or boxing ring and
UFC,
the announcers. Yes, that's what they. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that style. And a lot of voiceover artists were, using that style. But I'll say recently, there's been more experimentation. There was a time that felt safe because it worked for, agencies, brands, and all that. But now I would say the market is shifting. A lot of brands are looking for authenticity, A lot of brands still want that. They want you to shout at them. They want you to be dramatic and, do all of that, right? But a lot of brands look for authenticity and they want you to feel like you're talking to someone, right? They don't want they don't want to feel like, or the audiences to feel like you're selling something to them, right? Because they'll have their guard up.
Yeah.
So
be more human.
Yes.
To communicate
more
better.
relatable, more natural. And so that's where the conversational style of voiceovers, have now gained expression, right? So I would say in the industry now, it's a bit of both, right? So there's more experimentation than before. Now abroad, there's a departure from that previous style I showed you, the announcer style. It's more of, I'll say 90% of the voiceover work you're going to be doing is conversational style because they
Yeah.
want you to be relatable. They want you to be conversational
And convincing, to the audience.
Yes, that's
Which are
right.
relatable.
So there's a word safe, right? In the Nigerian voiceover industry, a lot of people are comfortable with the safe option, especially when you think about agencies and brands. They want to know, okay, this is the person I've worked with before, and this person delivered. Even though it's not what the audiences may want at that time,
Yeah.
this is what we'll go with because this is what we're safe with. This is what we know. You understand?
I guess.
So that's why they'll go opt for certain voices. Yeah. But now
then-
it's changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's more, especially with social media, you're getting to know more about the industry. You're seeing more voiceover styles and voices and a lot. So I'm happy with where the industry is headed. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
We're back. So this is the second segment, a bit section for the game. Yeah. This one is titled Quick Opinion Round. Yes, quick opinion round where I tell Divine here, I give him, it's like a myth, it was like a statement. If he doesn't agree to it,
Okay.
he's going to sip and then tell me why. He's going to sip before telling me why. But then if he agrees to
I don't
the
sip.
statement, you want to
I
sip?
won't sip.
No, he won't sip.
Okay.
He'll just go, yeah, I agree. But I believe you like this drink, so you're not going to agree to any of what I'm going to say.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Hold it. In fact, let's clink.
All right. Cheers. Let's
So the
go.
first one says, body language matters more than words in communication.
More than words.
More than words in communication. The joy is you sipping. So yeah. You
I
agree.
don't agree entirely with that.
Why?
They're both important. Gestures matter, right? Words and how they are conveyed matters even more, or matters just as much as gestures. Now, when you're communicating a message, naturally, gestures will follow. And let's likening this to voiceovers now, because we're talking about voiceovers, right? Even when we record in a studio and nobody's watching,
Yeah.
you find that you're using your gestures.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps. But the other things that you can throw aside, your tone, your pacing, the energy, all of that is part of the words, part of the voice, the way you pass the message across, not just the gestures. Right? Now, I've heard that there are certain like for auditions, right? Actors may go for auditions sometimes, and certain directors, right, would just say they want to hear the words. They want to hear the actor give the monologue without even seeing them, right? So they don't really care about your gestures at that point, all right? Just
Interesting.
because they'll be able to hear a lot in the voice, right? The emotions, the energy, the pacing, rhythm, all of that, all those important elements are all in the voice, all right? So I'll say it's a balance, right? Gestures are important. So are words and how you deliver them.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Now, I'm not just talking about words on a script, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about the voice and the delivery system. Yeah, that's right.
I feel like I want to sip because you've
don't
just
agree?
No. I do agree. Like
okay.
you've given a lot of yeah.
All right, go ahead, sip.
That's how like impressed I am with your response. Like
All right, so drink to it. I've been the one drinking.
no. Don't worry, I'm okay. What? No, please. I'm okay.
At some point, you're gonna have to drink it.
Water, yes.
No, the soury, bitter.
The thing is, I'm not even sure I'm going to be. I'm not part of this game anymore. Like, I'm not part of. I beg. So yeah, the second one says pauses. Pauses are just as important as words in a conversation.
Oh, I agree 100%. Pauses are very, very important. Yeah. So the thing about pauses is that they help whoever is listening to process what you've just said.
Yeah.
Right. So it gives the listener time to process it. And then it gives you all time to think about the next thing you're going to say. And so it cuts out filler words, non-words, and all that. So that's a powerful thing about pauses in communication. And even in voiceovers as well. Sometimes you don't want to have like, so a lot of the commercials, right, they used to do back then, like even with the radio station, I told you I did a lot of voiceover work on radio and all that. And because we're trying to fit so much into 60 seconds, we'll cut out all the spaces, all the
fillers and arms.
Well, not even the fillers now, the spaces, those little gaps,
Yeah.
sometimes breaths as well. We'll cut off everything. Everything is like very fast. But you're killing a part of it. You're killing the soul of it when you do that many times. There's a purpose for that. They're setting voiceover work where it's okay to do that, right? But if you want to have maybe a conversational voiceover and you're removing all the spaces, you're removing a lot of the breaths, it's not going to feel natural again.
Yeah, it's not.
You understand?
It's not going to give authenticity on 100.
Exactly.
level.
So now, as we're talking, you can hear sometimes there'll be pauses, natural pauses. It doesn't have to be too long, where it's now distracting, from the message. But there are natural pauses when we speak in natural communication, right? In conversation, natural conversations. So those pauses are important as well. So I agree, 100%. So are you going to drink?
No, I was just trying to practice.
So we agree.
Like I'm trying to practice, the pause.
The pause. Oh, okay. Let's give them a pause. Pause for drama.
Oh Lord. So yeah, the third one, but final. This one is heavy,
Okay.
and I'm intentionally using this tone now.
Do I need to stand up for this one?
No, don't worry. I'm intentionally using this tone now. It says, the best speakers. Am I loud enough? I need to be louder than this.
If you
The
want to.
best speakers are always the loudest.
So remind me again, do I drink if I don't accept? I don't agree.
If you don't want to stand on it, if you're not standing on this thing, drink.
I do not stand on it.
Hey! So, why? Divine, why?
You don't have to be the loudest to be heard.
Okay, why?
I mean, that's just it there.
I just give you an example.
Simple. But it's I'll say in communication now, generally, right? It's about the message and it's about the audience.
Yeah.
Now, if the message doesn't require you being loud, you're going to kill, the message, right? Some may require you to be loud, yeah.
Yeah.
But for instance, now, let me just use this analogy. The audience always determines how you should sound.
The audience
The audience
always
or
determines
whoever the listener is, right?
how you should sound.
How you should sound, how you should communicate and your message, right? Because the whole idea of communicating or presenting a script, reading a script, and doing voiceover is not for yourself. It's for whoever's listening on the other end. So for you to know the right tone and use the right, emotion, all of that, you need to understand enough about who's going to be listening on the other end.
Yeah.
Now, the way you sound when you're speaking to your parents is different from the way you sound when you're speaking to your children, or the way you're speaking to a close friend, or the way you're speaking to a room full of people that you know very well, or a room full of people that you don't know so well. So there are little nuances here and there, variations in how you sound, right? But it's all it's all your voice, right? So, but you need to now change that here and then. It's not something you even do consciously, right? It's subconscious. In a subconscious sense, you add those variations depending on who is listening. So that's the same thing you have to do with your, voiceover work and presenting the script. Right? You have to think about who is on the other end listening to what you have to say. All right. So what's the question again? Sorry.
You see the way I almost sipped, because I was
Remind me about the myth.
the myth.
Yes, this particular myth. I want to make sure that I hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
I did?
You did.
Okay. Because I know I was talking a lot though.
It
but-
said the best speakers
Okay.
are
Okay.
always
Okay.
the loudest, you
Yeah.
guys.
You don't have to be the loudest. You do not have to be the
but
loudest.
but you can't be. You can't be if you do want to. Okay. Yeah. It's not because I'm not agreeing, no. But then, loud and proud.
Oh, you're naturally very loud.
Who, me? No.
Oh, you said loud and proud.
No.
I thought you were proud.
No,
about
no, no, no,
being-
no, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm a very chill person, like such a.
Well, nothing against loud people. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
but
place for
like,
that. There's a
there's
place
like
for shouting and
this-
like if you're in a stadium, if you have to do, oh yes, announcing, like if you have to do some live announcing and you're trying to get fans excited, yes, you have to project your voice, use a high pitch and a high energy and shout.
That's
But most
cool.
of the time you'll not be doing that.
That's cool.
So,
Now,
yeah.
using that same high energy, the high pitched voice, tell me, you're happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. yeah.
Wow. But I thought I did something like that at the beginning.
Yeah. I know.
You said with enthusiasm and you did with hype.
No. This one now is different. It's similar. Tell me you're happy to be
Okay.
here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yay!
Yeah. Making me feel like a crazy fan now.
Moving on to the last question. Many vocal artists maintain a familiar. I know this question sounds similar to the other one before,
Okay.
So it says many voice artists maintain a familiar vocal range across different type of messages.
Okay.
Sometimes out of concern, that change might not be well received. Yeah, from like the safe voice, to now that people are trying varieties.
Yeah.
So how do you, Divine Prince, .A, how do you consciously introduce range and variation into your work?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's very similar to what I said before now. Right? Think about the audience. It's not about you. It's not about your pitch, finding the right pitch or something like that. Once you
Yeah.
understand that, okay, this is the message you're trying to pass across. You understand the script, you understand the audience. Naturally, that will determine your range, the pitch you're supposed to use, the tone you're supposed to use, the pacing and all that. Right? So I don't use it I don't think too much about the process. Oh, what pitch do I use? What, emotion? What tone do I use?
Yeah.
Right. But once I understand those things, they guide my delivery. And that's the best way. It will make it organic,
Organic.
Yes, basically. You flow into it, yes. Once you understand the spirit of it, if that makes sense.
There's this
Yeah.
thing that has been tingling, but I'm going to ask.
Okay, sure,
So
sure.
share your experience during your days of discovery. I don't want to use upcoming. During your days of discovery,
My early
How was
voiceover years.
yeah,
Okay.
how was the exposure era for you? Instead of payment,
it was
exposure,
it was bittersweet.
like
Yes, thank you. It was like this. It was like this bittersweet. Yeah, good one. Also, in the sense that it was sweet in the sense that I was learning. I was growing. I was happy with that, and it was bitter in the sense that a lot of voiceover work I did when I was starting out, I didn't get paid for a lot of them. Yeah, I mean, working on. I didn't even know that. Should I say voiceover artists were, I don't know, paid? For me then it was about the passion. I was just interested in doing a lot of work, so I wasn't even thinking about the payment. Of course, people were earning a living from doing voiceovers and all that, but I didn't even know how much they were being
Interesting.
paid, right? And so, but I had a job I was doing then. I was working with the radio station, but we would have a lot of, people would bring in scripts to voice almost on a daily basis, because when they discovered I could do voiceovers, I was the go-to guy in the station for voiceovers. Yeah, my former colleagues would agree. At some point, they used to call me Jingle Boy.
What?
But I was doing a lot of voiceover work almost on a daily basis, but it was good because it helped me, stay grounded, helped me gain experience. It helped me make mistakes and learn from them, and so I don't regret those years. I'm rather grateful for them, But yes, I didn't make a lot from those early times from voiceovers.
Yeah.
But because of the experience that I had gained, I could now create a business from voiceovers. I could now teach voiceovers. I could now, create a rate card and say, okay, this is what I deserve to be paid, and this is what they'll pay. So I've made good money from voiceovers as well.
You've made good money from voiceover as well.
Yes. So yes, it's bittersweet, like I said, because those early years I don't regret anything, because they forged me and made me who I am today.
Well, I really want to commence my reserve, or how did they say it? But then I'm not going to commence my reserve. Like some people, when you ask them, they tell you, oh, it was filled with regret, but they are grateful for the turnout, because without that, days of discovery, their presence wouldn't be how smooth it is right now. But then you are actually grateful for the days of
Absolutely.
discovery, #exposure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's cool.
I feel, I don't know how it would have been if I had it all rosy, those beginning. I don't think it would have really, I would have learnt as much, from the journey, if it was all rosy, yeah.
So, is money talk, yeah?
Okay, sure.
You said you teach.
Oh yes, I
Voice.
coach voiceover artists.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
anybody that wants to become a voiceover artist.
Yeah, you guys, if you do want to be a professional, is that
Yeah,
like
a
professional? You
professional
want to be
voiceover
good
artist.
with your voice and make interesting money. Not cool money, there's cool money, but then there's interesting money that will make your show that, like Biraga. Reach out to Divine Prince. Please, your IG handle.
Okay, so it's at Soibi Abi. That's SOIBIABBI. And let me just put this there, right? I know a lot of people, voiceovers want to make money from voiceovers.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if you want to do something that makes you money and helps you earn, that's fine as well. But it's deeper than that, right? You need to be able to prepare your mindset, right? Know that, okay, the early days, you may not be making as much. A lot of people don't know about you yet. So there's a lot of work to do. You need to put yourself out there. You need to get the required training, work on your craft, work on your voice, work on a lot of things, learn. And you may be doing a lot of free voiceover work in the beginning, right? Do stuff for friends and family, just so they know what you're doing. I did a lot of free voiceover, apart from what I was doing with the radio station. I volunteered, did a lot of stuff for friends and family as well. Sometimes they'll appreciate you, give you some stipends and all that, but eventually it paid off big time.
But the stipends, was it like really worth it at that time? It was just like, it was more
I
like a gift.
was happy with whatever, because I was enjoying doing voiceover. I enjoyed it, right? So whatever I was given was like, oh, I get to enjoy, do something I enjoy, and this is like
You get
a
paid,
bonus. This is like an
yeah.
extra for doing it.
Nice one. You guys follow Divine Prince on his IG handle. Do you mind spelling it out for them again?
Oh, sure. It's SOIBIABBI.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, this
My
has
pleasure.
been so impactful for me.
Thank you.
Your
I've enjoyed
atmosphere
it.
is so chill and fine.
Sorry?
Your atmosphere is so chill and fine.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing us.
So is yours as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
So yes, you guys, this has been Talk Your Talk. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. Now you have to. You have to
I beg.
cheers and take a drink.
I beg.
I can't be the only one drinking. Cheers.
Cheers.